Hello, fam. Hello, hello, hello. Get in here, get in here, get in here. Yeah, this morning was a little bit challenging. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just praying that, first of all, I want to say everyone say a little prayer for me. Well, not for me, for my family member who's fighting a good fight. Um, Things have been rocky the last 2 days, but I know that that person want me to go on and keep pushing. So that's what I'm trying to do, y'all. So we gonna keep the show rolling because I really do want to give content on the skit from today. This moment, let me fix my lipstick so I look like he won't mute it. Pops want me to look my best. Amen. Hold on. Just let this wig fly off, Lord. Okay, so guys, this date, Lord, this ain't gonna let me be great. This date with King, y'all. Y'all, this is absolutely amazing. This is the date that a girl really dreams of. And in the back of my head, even though I want to be excited about it, it's like a part of me feels like, Lord, they're gonna ruin this character. Cause you know every good man that come and skid down, except for maybe a few, but they still make something wrong with them, amen. With the exception of a few alpha men, normally they go bad. I think Chad the only one that still got his reputation, and he left the show early, or paused from the show early. But everybody else, these are still good. About four of these. But he's still good. But it's not very many that keep good reputations once they hit skid Atlanta. So I'm hoping that Brother King, amen. Lord have mercy, brought our child to it. And Auntie ain't going, when they were talking about the savages and retirement, all I could think about, Lord, I'm a cougar in retirement, amen. And I'm going to stay in there. And I used to sit, I will say I was a savage cougar now. But I'm in retirement, amen. I'm going to keep that, I'm going to stay in retirement. But anyway, I just want to say that this $20 date, amen, I tell men all the time, even ones I've dated personally, it's not about the monetary, it's about the experience. Even when I talk about intimacy, we ain't gonna get them edges. Even when I talk about intimacy with people or in groups, it's not about, you guys, the you don't want to treat it like a task. You want it to be an experience. That's what I think everybody wants generally. Men say they don't care, but men want the experience. Let me tell you how. Men want the experience because most men, even if we grown folks, so we grown all month. So I'm telling y'all now, we grown all the month of February. It's love month. I want to help people connect. One of the reasons I went into that particular business after I learned myself and who I was and became, more, I would say, confident in who I was as a woman and what my needs were, what my wants were. I want to share that with other people and for other people to tap into that, not just women, but men too. So men want the experience too. They want you to dress up. They want you to take them into a fantasy. They want to be surprised in most cases. If a man really loves you and he's into you, there's nothing wrong with romanticizing him. There's nothing wrong with buying him flowers or sending him lunch to work. Men, they want that too, but normally they don't get it because traditionally, even Valentine's Day, men, we always think of it as, or men think of it as, oh, she just go give me some booty for Valentine's Day. Why not give him an experience that he can remember that nobody else has ever done before? And that's what it's about. So we can assume or elude based on the skits, we're not gonna say in real life, that Delicia has never experienced this from a man. And I'm so glad that the Country Wayne skits finally showed a man who didn't lead with his money, who didn't lead with his bank account. He led with, I'm gonna show you an experience that you never had. Even if it was game, he's leading with an experience. The other thing I loved, only one man has done this in my life. And I haven't dated like a bunch of people traditionally in my life. I would not lie. I mean, I haven't really experienced dating multiple people. Even in my 20s when I was younger, That may be the bulk of whoever. Well, no, the bulk of my dates probably happened at after 40. But before 40, my 20s, I think I may have been in love with two guys. And that includes my first. I was 18 when I lost my virginity because it meant something to me. And the only reason I did it then was because my mama swore I was doing something. Her and my auntie got together and they came up with the bright idea that they were going to put me on birth control because they just knew that I had to be having sex. Even though I came home every day, I didn't hang out with everybody. I didn't kiss a boy to the ninth grade. So, but I was very, very timid. I was very, very quiet. And the person I lost to was somebody I consider my best friend. So it's like back then, Auntie was built, y'all, but Auntie had a little shape. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say my self esteem was as high as it is now, but yeah, Auntie, I always had the girls and I always had the, you know what I'm saying, the junk in the trunk. But back then, I didn't even harp on anything like that. I didn't. The reason for me keeping mine was I didn't want to I didn't want to end up pregnant. I didn't want to end up in those situations. I wanted to be married. I really did. So anyway, enough about me. But I can only name one experience where I met this guy. It was back in when Auntie was a cougar. Amen. And this was back in I want to say 20 or 21.